Well, we've already reported on the fact that Meghan Markle is just cracking under all the pressure, and that's why these days she is looking even more frightening than usual thanks to her skeletal frame. And according to an article from the latest issue of In Touch Weekly, we should feel sorry for Meghan because she's basically exactly like the late Diana. I was noticing that it had been a couple of days since we had gotten a puff piece about the Duchess of Hypocrisy. Well, then all the tabloids came out on Sunday, and I knew we were going to get something. I was right. In Touch, which is a weekly U.S. tabloid, ran Meghan Markle on the cover with the headline, "Cracking Under Pressure, Money Woes, Constant Criticism, and Struggling as a Mom." And then when you get to the article, we see the headline, "What's Wrong with Meghan?" Well, how much time do you have? Well, unfortunately, this article is not trying to discuss Meghan's many character flaws. Instead, it's entirely focused on exactly why Meghan has lost so much weight recently. In Touch tells us an expert estimates Meghan Markle has dropped 20 pounds in a year as she cracks under the pressures of her life in California with Prince Harry. Do you feel sorry for her yet? Oh, don't worry, neither do I. So the first sentence tells us exactly where this bit of news came from. It came directly from Meghan's PR people. Because the first sentence is, "Mental health is a cornerstone of the charitable endeavors at Archwell Foundation." Oh, really? So when they talk about mental health, are they referring to the negative impact the two of them have on other people's mental health? Clearly, we're not supposed to think about that because, did you see the photos with the captions? Bony arms, sunken eyes. There's something seriously wrong with this Duchess of Hypocrisy. Obviously, she's in need of some serious help, and by serious help, I mean attention in the media. But no, that's not the direction they went in this article. Instead, they reminded us of how Harry and Meghan visited New York for World Mental Health Day. They visited a school and participated in that panel discussion where Meghan said, quote, "Being a mom is the most important thing in my life, other than, of course, being a wife." Although they didn't include the rest of that. They left out my favorite part when she referred to Harry as this one. But the article tells us those close to her are concerned about Meghan herself. A source reports something seriously wrong. She's obviously not taking care of herself and is looking scary skinny. She's always looked scary, but now she looks scary skinny. So why is this Duchess of Hypocrisy wasting away? Well, loved ones, quote, are blaming her frail frame on her hectic schedule combined with money woes and constant public scrutiny. What is her hectic schedule? Last time I checked, they'll do a maximum of 2 full days of work and then jet off on vacation again. I don't really see what's so hectic about that. But anyway, the source insists Meghan is cracking under all the pressure, and it shows. Well, it does show that she's cracking up, but we've been seeing that for a long time now. But see, Meghan really is the victim in all this. She has struggled with her body image since she was in her 20s. She said, "My 20s were brutal, a constant battle with myself judging my weight." But according to the source, this time is different. What exactly is different about this time? And then we turn the page, and there it is, a big old photo of Diana, the late Princess of Wales. Now we see what this article was all about. This article really has it all. They are trying their hardest to evoke sympathy for the fake Duchess. So we have to go back to the story of when she felt suicidal while pregnant with Archie. Meghan confessed, quote, "I just didn't want to be alive anymore. That was a very clear and real and frightening constant thought. Because, let's remember, the big bad royals were so mean to her, she just didn't want to live anymore. They expected her to do things like work. Come on, who do they think they are?" In a clear attempt to control the narrative, or reclaim the narrative as the fake Duchess would say, we are told that it's not Meghan's fault that Harry is estranged from his family. The source says, for one, she was blamed for Harry's estrangement from his family. Even though he has repeatedly said it was his idea to leave, people still think she's controlling him. Well, gee, I wonder, why would anybody think a thing like that? Could it have something to do with the fact that she digs her claws into him and literally leads him around? Could it have anything to do with the fact that his personality completely changed after getting with her? Oh no, we're supposed to believe this was all Harry. And get this, somehow they are still blaming the king for their money problems. Under the heading Cash Crunch, basically the first sentence is, the pair, who were cut off financially by King Charles III after Megxit, lost their $20 million Spotify deal earlier this year, as if the two events are somehow connected. I mean, come on. They lost that Spotify deal all by themselves. They didn't need any help with that. I found one true sentence. Meghan feels like she's constantly having to hustle to afford her and Harry's lifestyle. Well, that much is obvious. And, oh, let's remember, she's a busy working mom. And according to the article, she's doing it all while raising Archie 4 and Lily 2, the source points out. She's struggling to balance her time with them as well. She has a lot on her plate. Oh, yeah, I can't imagine. Doing about an hour's worth of grifting a week, pretending to raise two invisible kids, I can see why she's feeling overwhelmed. Then the most insulting part of the entire article. Diana suffered too, because of course the parallel has to be drawn between the Duchess of Hypocrisy and the late Princess of Wales. After all, Meghan is the reincarnation of Diana, didn't you hear? We're reminded that Harry is also very, very worried about Meghan. Quote, his own mother famously struggled with bulimia. He's made it clear that he fears his wife will suffer in the same way his mother did, and his experiences have made him hyper-aware of mental health red flags, according to the source. Okay, Harry, you're a walking mental health red flag, but sure. We're also reminded that Diana suffered too. Quote, being thrust into the public eye took a huge toll on the then 19-year-old Princess Diana. Charles put his hand on my waistline and said, oh, a bit chubby here, aren't we? And that triggered off something in me. And the Camilla thing, Diana explained. Wow, they took it all the way with this one, vilifying Charles and Camilla, and at the same time putting Diana right back up on that pedestal and Meghan along with her. To be fair, Diana did struggle with bulimia. As the article reports, after they got married, it got even worse. Diana struggled with bulimia for more than 3 years, calling the disease a symptom of what was going on in my marriage. I didn't like myself. I was ashamed because I couldn't cope with the pressures. And we're supposed to believe that it is the royal family who brings this out in women. It's not Meghan's fault that she's like this. The royal family has pushed her to it, just like they did with Diana. Except there are a few big, clear differences here. Diana's marriage to Charles was doomed from the start. She was way too young, she was way too naive, and yes, Charles was in love with another woman, a woman he wasn't allowed to marry at the time. Meghan, on the other hand, stalked Harry until she finally got him stuck in her web, and now she's been sucking the life out of him ever since then. I don't really see how these two are the same. Diana was stressed because she knew she was in a marriage that was never going to work. Meghan is stressed because she and Harry have created so many problems for themselves. But we're supposed to feel sorry for her? Yeah, dream on, Skeletor. And you, what do you think of Meghan's new drastic weight loss? Please let me know your opinion below in the comments section. If you enjoy my videos, please do share them with all your friends and family. And before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss a thing from Kate Middleton and the Queen channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. You have a lovely week, and I'll be back to see you soon in the next videos.